I am not a heroine. I am not a woman from a movie or a novel. I am just a mother who reached the moment when silence became heavier than truth. For a long time, I believed love was something quiet. Something stable. Something that didn't need to burn all the time to stay alive. I believed marriage was built from routine, shared responsibilities, and small sacrifices that no one ever applauds. I believed that if two people stayed together long enough, loyalty would become automatic, like breathing. I was wrong. My name is Elena. I am 39 years old. I am a mother of 2 children. I have been married for 15 years. Or maybe I should say, I was married for 15 years, because the moment I found out the truth, something irreversible shifted inside me. My life did not fall apart loudly. There were no screaming arguments, no flying plates, no dramatic exits in the middle of the night. My life cracked quietly, through a phone screen, through a few WhatsApp messages that were never meant for my eyes. That evening was ordinary. Painfully ordinary. The kids were asleep in their rooms. I had finished cleaning the kitchen, wiped the table, and poured myself a cup of tea I would later forget to drink. My husband was in the shower. His phone was on the table. I had no intention of touching it. I never checked his phone. Not once in 15 years. Trust, I believed, was not something you inspected daily. Then the screen lit up. WhatsApp. A message from a number without a name. I miss you. Tonight was perfect. When will I see you again? My first thought was not betrayal. My first thought was confusion. My mind searched for logical explanations. A coworker. A wrong number. A joke I didn't understand. Anything but the truth. Then another message appeared. I can't stop thinking about you. My hands went cold. My body reacted before my mind accepted reality. I remember standing there, frozen, staring at the glowing screen as if it were something dangerous, something that could explode if I touched it. I picked up the phone. I told myself I was not invading his privacy. I told myself that if there was nothing to hide, I would confirm it and put the phone back. I told myself lies that lasted exactly 3 seconds. The chat was long. Too long. Weeks of messages. Months, maybe. Jokes. Voice notes. Photos that were not explicit but intimate enough to leave no room for doubt. Words he had not said to me in years. Compliments. Confessions. Emotional intimacy carefully cultivated while I was busy being a mother, a wife, a background presence in my own marriage. You make me feel alive. With you, I'm myself. I haven't felt this understood in years. I read those words slowly, like someone reading a medical report about their own illness. There was pain, but there was also something worse, clarity. Each message painted a picture of a parallel life. A version of my husband that existed only for another woman. The timestamps destroyed me more than the words. He wrote to her while I was putting our daughter to bed. While I was helping our son with homework. While I was making dinner. While I was folding laundry that still smelled like our shared life. This wasn't a moment of weakness. This was a pattern. A choice repeated daily. When he came out of the bathroom, towel around his waist, he smiled at me like nothing had changed. Everything okay? He asked. Yes, I said. That was the first lie I told him. But it was also the last lie I told myself. That night, I did not sleep. I lay next to him, listening to his breathing, realizing that the man beside me was no longer the man I thought I knew. I asked myself all the questions women ask in moments like this. What did I do wrong? When did I stop being enough? Was I too tired, too focused on the kids, too absent as a woman? And then another thought arrived. Quiet. Sharp. Uncomfortable. I will not scream. I will not beg. I will not expose myself as desperate or broken. I will watch. From that day on, I became an observer in my own marriage. I noticed how he smiled at his phone, how he turned the screen away when I entered the room, how his fingers moved differently when he typed. I learned the rhythm of his lies. I learned when he was present and when he was mentally somewhere else. I found out her name. Irina. She was younger than me. No children. No responsibilities tied to school schedules and pediatric appointments. She worked with him. Of course she did. She understood him. That's what women like her always think. What hurt me most was not her existence. It was the story he told her. A half-truth carefully edited to make him look like a victim. A man trapped in a loveless marriage. A father staying only for the kids. A man waiting for the right moment to be free. I didn't confront him. Not yet. I looked at my children and understood something with terrifying clarity. I did not have the luxury of emotional chaos. Whatever I did next would shape their lives, not just mine. I needed to be careful. Precise. Cold, if necessary. I started collecting evidence. Screenshots. Dates. Messages. Not because I wanted revenge, but because I wanted certainty. I wanted to know exactly what I was standing on before I moved. There were days when I almost broke. Days when I wanted to scream at him in the kitchen, throw the phone on the table, demand explanations. But something inside me held back. A voice that said, wait. Timing matters. The confrontation happened on an ordinary evening. No dramatic build-up. No raised voices. The children were at my mother's house. The apartment was quiet. We need to talk, I said. He knew immediately. His body stiffened. His eyes avoided mine. I know about WhatsApp, I said calmly. Silence filled the room like smoke. He tried to speak. I stopped him. Listen, I said. Just listen. I told him everything I knew. Not emotionally. Factually. Dates. Messages. Lies. The double life he had built message by message while I was living beside him. He cried. He denied. He minimized. He called it a mistake. A distraction. Something that meant nothing. That's when I smiled. For me, I said, it means everything. My revenge was not loud. It was not dramatic. It was devastating because it was honest. I asked him to call her. Right there. On speaker. To tell her the truth. The full truth. Not the version he had fed her. His hands shook as he dialed. I'm married, he said. I'm not leaving my wife. I lied to you. There was silence on the other end. Long, heavy. Real. I didn't say a word to her. I didn't need to. The truth did the work for me. After that, nothing was the same. He begged. He promised. He apologized in every language desperation knows. But I was already gone. Not physically. Not yet. But emotionally, the woman who trusted him without question no longer existed. I am not a heroine. I am not cruel. I am a mother who learned that sometimes the strongest response to betrayal is calm truth spoken at the right moment. Because silence can protect.